Except you know what? We're talking. I already hit the button.
I was gonna say, do you feel lucky, Punk? But I said that last time.
Did you say that
I don't
last
know what
time?
to say. No.
You're live right now. They're hearing.
I'm wondering, how do I not repeat? You get the point? I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to say that word again.
You don't want to say luck again?
You don't want to
not
say
luck.
repeat?
I can say luck again.
Well, I mean, you could say luck again. Aha, now they can see us. Oh, why is that there? That's not good. Oh, it put up the one from the farm report. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
Yep.
Do you know what happened?
No, that is not a thing that I know.
Me either. Thank God. I don't believe in luck, though. So happy St. Patty's Day. Green. I can throw my Hulk mask, but you need to wear something green.
Why is it luck? Like, why did...
I have green on. I'll have everybody know.
You have green?
You do?
That's
My hair ties green. What?
That's a lot of green.
Hey, St. Patty's Day.
Yes.
For those of you that can't see her, yes.
Oh, shit, I didn't
Sean
know
is
you
in the
were
room. She's got some green on today. So she will probably not be in the chat today, would be my guess. I think she's working on getting the laundry room together. She's feeling lucky. She's up. She's moving. She's got some green on. Why is it lucky? Which part?
Yeah, why is it luck? Because you said that it's St. Patrick's Day is about St. Patrick and snakes. What does that have to do with luck?
Luck of the Irish.
Okay.
It's kind of a...
Okay.
I don't know why the four-leaf clover is what's associated with St. Patty's, and it's also associated with luck. So
Okay.
Were you wondering how we ended up on luck from St. Patty's Day? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I was wondering. Well, I always wondered because I knew luck was associated with St. Patrick's Day. I just didn't know why. I don't know why. Like, why
they got rid of the snakes. Made them lucky. They got rid of the snakes.
Okay. Sure.
I have nothing against the snakes. I have many friends that are Wiccan. I mean, it is a reference to him driving the Druids out of Ireland.
Okay.
Yay! Yay! Christians win another fight. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's why I went with luck instead of so. What do we think of Druids?
Right.
Yes. I mean, what other part of St. Patrick's Day? What do you think of when you think of St. Patrick's Day?
Green. That's about it.
Green beer?
No, just green. In general, like the color green.
Just green in general.
Yeah.
When you were in school, would they pinch you if you didn't have the green on? Would they like
I don't remember actually.
Is that only in white schools? Because there's a bunch of Irish kids running around.
I remember wearing green on St. Patrick's Day. I just don't remember like caring that much if I didn't. So I don't assume. I don't think they were going around pinching people. No.
I had a buddy one year who wore a "Kiss Me, I'm Irish" shirt.
Okay.
I looked at him and said, "Dude, why would you wear a shirt that says you're an alcoholic with a tiny penis?"
Oh my god.
Look up the statistics. Ghana got a lot on Ireland. I'm just saying.
Oh my god.
In some ways, the Irish were lucky. That's what the Irish lady said.
They were unlucky. Well, it's lady luck and then the luck of the Irish. I don't know what the connection is there.
There's don't be stealing me Lucky Charms.
Don't be stealing me Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms. It's the luck of the Irish.
Yeah.
Well, but okay. I think though there's a thing where we hold on to the idea of luck because we're not lucky. Here's the problem with luck. The people who talk about it the most are not people that are feeling lucky.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
You know what I mean? If your day-to-day is pretty damn good, it was all you. I think it's why the reason we run into more bad luck than good luck is because, you know what, good luck we could just give ourselves credit for it, claiming it was luck, and bad luck we just go, that was somebody else's fault.
I will say I've had some pretty lucky days though. Like I've had times when like every single bus I had to catch was just on time. Like I was just on time for each one. and I got to each place at every time that I needed to be. Everything was just like happened really luckily. I was just like, ooh, this was a lucky day. Or like I found $1 or something. I found like $20 on the ground or something random.
Sometimes it's random. And I think that's what a lot of time. See, I think of good fortune, but here's the thing.
Mhm.
I always go back to we shall see, because you thinking, okay, how many different stories have you heard about people's lives being ruined by winning the lottery? You know, yeah, I know, right? That, oh my God, I was the luckiest person in the world and it destroyed my life.
Mhm.
That's some messed up stuff right there.
Right,
We shall see.
right. Can I be,
So, go
can I
ahead.
be honest about this morning? I'm malfunctioning on all cylinders right now. I don't.
Okay, what's going on?
I'm not. I'm in a good mood, but like I just not fully
Talk to
there
me.
yet.
What?
It's
What?
weird.
Talk to me. What's
I'm like
what's the major malfunction? I
I
guess.
know luck, right? But like what do I talk about with luck? Where do I go with that?
Where do you go with that?
Yeah, like
Do you believe in luck? Let me talk to
do
you
I
about it and
believe
just
in
answer.
luck?
How about that? I'll talk to you.
Um,
You just answer. Don't even think about it. Just go with, like, so when you're going through your life,
uh-huh.
do you feel there were moments of bad luck?
No.
So, yeah, I may have brought this up before, but in my head, if you believe in good luck, you have to believe in bad luck. If
Well,
you believe in one kind of,
Yeah, if
if
you
there's
believe
luck,
in one,
there's
you have
luck.
to believe in the other. Yes. Yeah, I believe in that. Yes, but I kind of believe that I don't really believe in luck. Like I believe like things happen.
You believe in
And
coincidence
yeah, I
as
believe in
opposed to luck.
coincidence. But sometimes people say coincidence as it is luck. So like sometimes people compare those two things. So it's like I don't know if I really just believe in luck. I don't
I believe in apropos.
apropos. Okay.
So when
Okay.
something is apropos to a situation, it somehow is timely and perfect and just kind of is there and fits.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh wow, that is so apropos. Like
Right.
in my head, it's like a step beyond coincidence. Either like it's almost like, oh wow, this thing arose that fits perfectly.
It's almost like when
How coincidental.
we did.
Well, I get to that back to coincidence.
I was writing one of the captions for the podcast episodes, and like
Okay.
it was so random, but we did we did a tiger episode because we looked up and found out it was the year of the tiger
Right.
that day, and then I was doing the comments and I was like, when did the Eye of the Tiger song come out? 40 years ago.
Right.
And then I was like, okay, when did Tony the Tiger come out? It was 70 years ago. And I was like, that's interesting that it just lined up like that.
And it's wild
Yeah.
because okay, so the problem is when we see patterns, we look for cause.
Mhm.
Okay. So a lot of times when we see patterns, if they're good, we give ourselves credit for it. If
Right.
they're bad, we call it
That-
bad luck.
Yeah.
We tend to put patterns on top of patterns. Even if there isn't a pattern there, humans will find a pattern. We will make up a pattern.
Yeah.
I was
true.
watching a thing called Freakonomics. Freakonomics. Great movie, great book. It's all about the funny thing is that usually the real reasons are underlying.
Mm.
So they were talking about coincidental and causational relationship. So luck or not luck.
Okay.
Relative to how many people have been incarcerated and what was going on with the crime. Now everybody took responsibility. Everybody's like, well, it's because of this. Police
Mhm.
said, oh, it was us. Less cracks, oh, it was because of that. Less
Right.
this, it was because of that. Less this, it was because of that. When you dig down deep into the numbers and you look at the statistics, and I'm not stating this because I'm picking a side on something. Legalized abortion. What happened was, and this is funny, when they dug deeper into the numbers, you could look at where the percentage of crime was dropping. And what it was there's a drop in the number of unwanted children. Unwanted children have this much higher a likelihood of going into crime. When you cut that number in half, 20 years later, you see a 5% drop in the crime rate that no one can explain.
Light subject.
Well, but what we all do. Yeah, no, I didn't bring it up for that. I'm not gonna.
No, I'm
But
saying.
what I bring it up for is we all
Uh-huh.
see a pattern and tack our reason onto it.
Right.
So we show up with an answer,
Right.
even though Humpty Dumpty is never a canon. But my point being, so when we look at luck or unluck, it's really our desire to even make a pattern out of something that has no pattern.
See what I noticed from like watching debates and stuff
Uh-huh.
is that a lot of times somebody will pull out a statistic and then someone else will speak about the other side of that statistic. And I'll be very confused about what my opinion on the statistic should be. Just because of the fact that like I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, you're talking about this piece. You're talking about this piece. If I look at what you're both talking about, it sounds like this might not be correlated just because both things are true.
Well, we were watching Thank You for Smoking,
Yeah.
and it hits you. Well, okay, the first rule of statistics,
You can make it say anything you want.
you can make them say anything you want.
Yeah.
You pick and choose who you're asking. You pick and choose. There are ways, and he was going through how they were doing that.
Right.
Thank You for Smoking is a great movie, just because, once again, it's another one where you don't have to jump on sides of something, but understanding the way logical debate works,
Mm-hmm.
he teaches his son.
He taught his son how to debate. He won a debate thing at the end. That is cool.
that okay, he wants his son to come visit him. He's a divorced father.
Mm-hmm.
He's a divorced father who makes his living off being able to turn any argument into whatever he wants.
Mm-hmm.
He works for the tobacco industry. He wants his son to come visit, though, and his son's having issues getting his mom to agree. So he teaches him that it's an argument, not a. Everybody comes to an argument with trying to find a compromise,
Mm.
and that's not an argument. That's a settling.
Right. Right.
You're figuring out a settlement. No.
Argument is trying to get what you want.
An argument is figuring out how to make the other person do what you want them to do.
Right.
To agree.
Right.
There's no other point to an argument. You know,
Right.
we have arguments all the time that never go anywhere, but at the same time, really, what you're trying, my ego, your ego, whatever.
Right.
But even in that once you discard the idea of fortune, of luck,
Mm.
you start creating your argument for your life. That it wasn't all luck or unluck, it was all things you had to learn because you were getting it right or screwing it up.
Well, the thing is, I've always thought like you're gonna do things, but the universe is also gonna do things, which doesn't really feel like luck related at all to me.
Right?
It's more so that like, okay,
Coincidentally, there's
this
flowers on the
person
path some days.
just so happened to drop $20 on the ground,
Mm-hmm.
and you just so happened to walk past at that time and see the $20 and be like, oh, it's $20 on the ground.
There's $20 over here.
There's nobody around. Okay, I'm picking this up.
But
You know? Yeah, but
the law of the universe is.
Right.
Love this. I didn't even think about that. There's a give and a take then.
Mm.
If it's luck that you found the 20.
Right, there's luck. There's also
No, there's a guy that lost a 20.
Exactly, yes.
There's a guy digging in his pocket going,
yes,
I know I had 20. You know,
Yeah.
guys sitting on the couch waiting, and you're like, I
Very
know I
true.
had another 20.
very true. Yes, I've had that. I've been that guy a couple times. I'll be honest.
Well, so is it luck then?
Is it? No, it's not. It's not related to luck at all.
Because it's a neutral event. You know that luck and
There's no. I don't. I really don't. Yeah, I don't really believe in luck. I think it's possible to. Like, I think in life throws you good situations
Mm-hmm.
in addition to bad situations.
Oh, absolutely.
So it doesn't really like the luck thing specifically doesn't make sense.
No, I agree.
You know?
I think I've told this before, but I'm going to tell it again just because, hey, it sounds probably better for one thing. that I always go back to that Zen story.
Hmm.
I always so there's a farmer. Why do all Zen stories have a farmer or a teacup? There's always a farmer or a teacup. Okay,
If they're unconscious,
they don't want tea.
Want
Tea.
tea.
We need to do that one day, the tea episode. And I mean, I wonder if we download if I could give the whole speech. You know, I wonder if I could get away with it, or if that's technically stealing.
I'd probably try it. I'd try it. I'd be willing to.
Well, no, I wouldn't.
Some work into my-
Why would I? Thankfully,
Me,
I
at
get.
least me.
Well, no, I get to have a piece of paper in front of me. Why would I worry about that?
Well,
Nobody can see his piece of paper. He says he's gonna memorize it. Why work so hard?
I would try and memorize because
To what purpose?
I think I need to spend more time memorizing things. I need to get used to memorizing things.
Oh.
I think. I don't know. Maybe because I would in school and stuff like that. I used to like memorize formulas and things like that, or like if I was doing a play, I'd have to memorize lines, or if I was reading, I might have to like I try to remember the passages a little bit so I can like
I get you.
loosely say something about it in my answers.
I wish it could unstick. I'll be honest, it just sticks in my head.
I
don't end up with specifics, but I end up with enough that I can. The Legos float.
Well, the thing is, I think I've worked too much at being able to forget things and being able to let go of things. So I need to get back some of that ability to remember things and my memory a little bit better and things stick a little bit better. I need to work on that a little bit.
I think if you let go more, you'll be able to hold on less, and you'll be amazed what you remember.
I think I let go a lot more than I need to.
Well, I think we mean different things. One is a practice. One is just chilling. Those are not the same thing.
No, calming down and remembering things.
No, I just am chuckling over here. No judgment whatsoever.
I got you.
So, this farmer, this buddy of mine, he's got a horse. He does. The horse runs away. The horse is gone. All of his friends are like, "Oh my God, you got such bad luck, man. You must not be Irish, old Chinese farmer, because if you were Irish, you'd have luck. We could tell, but your horse, he ran away." So dude's horse ran away.
Right.
And his friends all said how unlucky he was. And he was like, "We shall see." So, you know what? It's one of those things where it's like you're going, okay, he just lost a horse, but you lose horses.
Right.
He doesn't know what it really means yet. Could be good, could be bad. We shall see. A couple days later, I don't know how many, I wasn't there to count. Horse comes back with 2 additional wild horses. So now his horse went, and when he comes back, he's got friends. This is pretty good. In a world where
You lost a horse and got back 2 horses. So
when horses become 3 horses, now you got that's like 3 horsepower.
the horde of horses.
Well, it's better than 1 horsepower, but still a lot less than the average Mustang. Anyways, man, all of his neighbors are like, "Dude, you're the most Irish dude I've ever met, man. That's the luckiest thing I've ever seen.
Right.
That's like a 3 for 1."
Right.
And so they're all impressed by how incredibly lucky he is. We shall see.
Right.
He takes it in stride. Luck, bad luck. We shall see. The hardest part about luck is how do you define it in the moment? As much as, man, I feel lucky today. That may be the piece that ruins your life. I won the lottery. It's gone.
Right.
And now I've learned how horrible my entire family is and how I have no friends.
Well, saying anything is lucky has no bearing on the rest of your life or what came before it.
There's no luck right here.
Yeah.
If you live right here, there's no luck or unluck. There's just things you don't really know.
Yeah, there's just
Look back
things
on your
happen.
life.
Yeah.
Look back on the things that you think of as the worst part of your life, the unluckiest moment. Now think of the things you value most today, the things that mean the most to you. Figure out how many of them never exist if that bad thing didn't happen.
I found
You wouldn't be here.
I found some of my greatest fortune in my most misfortunate moments. And so I won't have to say that again, vice versa.
Sometimes when a bomb goes off in your life, it blows open some doors. That was kind of cool.
Opens things up.
Right. But blows up, like, suddenly there's new avenues that you didn't
Yeah.
expect.
It's different things.
So, man, this farmer's hanging out. You know what? He's having his old, he's looking at the horses now. He's got some horses. He's got 1 horse, 2 horse, 3 horse. He's got 3 horses. Thank you, Mr. Dixon. Here's Dickens. But, so he's got a son. About your age.
Yeah.
About Ross's age.
Okay.
18, 19. Maybe built a little healthier. I don't know. A little bigger, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the average Irish
I
Asian
can't
looks
say
like.
the word I want to say because Facebook won't let me.
Well,
But continue.
so I have a question. If somebody from Ireland
Uh-huh.
and somebody from an amorphous part of Asia,
Mhm.
say like how we refer to Tiger Woods as Blasian, not that that's a common, it means a black Asian combination.
Are you asking about Asian leprechaun?
I'm asking about Irasian.
Irish.
The luck of the Irasian.
Irish.
Irish Asian,
Okay.
right?
It's weirdly specific.
So here's his son, and the problem is when you get wild horses, you got to break them.
Okay.
You got to get, they don't want to be ridden. It's not like wild horses are going, hey man, did you bring a saddle? I was hoping. No, you got to get them.
Yeah, you got to get them ready to like.
You got to ride the bucking bronco. It's
do
a,
worse stuff.
and well, but here's the problem. They're wild horses. He gets thrown off.
Mm,
Little Ross gets his arm and leg broken.
okay.
Okay. You know how my man's neighbors are.
Mm-hmm.
This is the end of the world. See, getting them horses wasn't lucky.
Right.
It was unlucky.
Right.
See what I'm saying now?
Yeah.
Fool me once,
Shame on you.
shame on you. Fool me twice, won't be fooled
Can't fool me
again. That, you know what? Man, that sucks. There's little Ross. He's got a broken arm or broken leg.
Uh-huh.
He can't even work with the horses anymore.
Yeah.
My old dude's out there breaking the horses. You know, trying to do what he can.
I think that'd actually be kind of happy. Continue.
You know this. Back in the day, a dude your size, your age, if they were looking to build an army, they'd just go town to town, village to village, up and down the dial. You know, they'd be living on the air in Cincinnati. Cincinnati, WKRP.
I still think if I shaved, I'd be fine. I think they'd skip me. They'd be like,
Nah,
he's a kid.
you're big enough to hold a pitchfork.
I'm not. No, like, no, I'm not.
Well, good news.
No?
So here they are. They're out conscripting everybody. And little Ross,
Uh-huh.
his arm and leg are broken from the horses.
Uh-huh.
So guess who can't go to the army? Get everybody else's kids. Guess what?
Can't
So
go-
guess whose neighbors show up talking about,
You're so lucky.
you're so lucky, you're so lucky, you're the luckiest one of all. He's St. Patty's the Irasian who taught them all. He ran the snakes out of Irasia. The greenest part of Asia, hey. The other side of the rainbow. If you follow to the other side of the rainbow, there's a rainbow. It goes from Ireland to Asia.
Oh my gosh.
That's why you'll see all the little red-haired Asians, the Irasians. It makes no sense.
Okay, it's okay.
But the point is, none of it makes sense. We shall see. Thinking you know what it means
Yeah.
is a lie.
Yeah.
If you get to pick what you eat off the buffet, doesn't matter what you pick. Because you don't know which things are going to taste good, even if they look good. Because the thing you eat that's bitter today might be the thing that's the sweetest thing on your plate 20 years from now.
I have a random question.
Random question time with Ross Jordan. Go ahead, Ross.
I'm pretty sure you've heard of Alan Watts, right?
I have heard of Alan Watts.
How do you feel about him?
So, everybody gets really controversial. Well, Alan Watts and a lot of other people. So, you get that, you start talking about Osho and Rumi, or there's a lot of different people trying to figure this out.
Mm-hmm.
Alan Watts is big into the Zen movement, but in a more open way.
Mm.
I love. So here's the way I digest things. I think everything has value.
Mm-hmm.
That everything I can take in is a good thing.
Right.
So it's just sometimes it's not like sometimes you'll read something and it won't stick with you. You'll go, I don't think that's right,
Right.
or something. But sometimes that's because it's the lesson you're trying to avoid. It's the lesson you don't want.
Right.
Now, I go through it all with the idea I'm looking through sources for wisdom. I'm not assuming any source has all of it.
Right.
So a lot of it is if something resonates with me, especially if what I see is it replicated.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have one that I like to do that's Aristotle, George Carlin, and Buddha. I could probably find a quote from Alan Watts that's similar. It's
George Carlin.
It's question everything. And over again question everything. It's not even that when I think of Alan Watts, I think of another person trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
When I think of physics, right, science, right?
Right.
I think of other people trying to figure it out. Same thing with biology. I don't think of the I don't. It's all science.
Mm-hmm.
It's all math. It's all pattern.
Well.
And everybody's trying to describe whether they're a painter, a pastor, a physician,
Mm-hmm.
or a physicist.
Mm-hmm.
They're all trying to describe this experience.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're at a moment where a lot of that is merging. So that a lot of old thought is becoming validated with new thought.
Right.
Like the science is beginning to match up. And my thought has always been that's what you do. That's how it's a constant coming together. It's all of these perspectives are not real. This perspective, though, is real. So all of it together, yes. Individually, you have to look at the fact that your perspective is constantly adjusting for you.
Right.
That's why I'm so addicted to seeing. That's why I'm so addicted to the other perspectives, because every time it's like, picture if all living things were looking at this answer.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of them would see it from like picture a circle
Mm-hmm.
of every living thing in the universe. Now picture the circle smaller. I don't know. Deal with the metaphor. If we're all trying to figure out what's going on, we're all looking at the middle. Now picture everybody around a circle. Everybody's going to have a slightly different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Their description is going to be different, even if they're looking at the identical thing.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't until all of those perspectives are joined that you're even really looking at it. You know, when we look at the moon, we don't see the other side.
Right.
When I look at you, I see my perspective.
You know the guy that kind of looked like a smudge in Rick and Morty? When you said look at the moon, it randomly popped in my mind. No, but
The best is in his obituary it says
he
that he often was mistaken
often remarked that he kind of looked like a
a
smudge.
smudge.
It's like no, but I think
So Alan Watts. What made you bring up Alan Watts?
so. I was just randomly watching videos about like life, the pursuit of understanding of life, and basically I came across like some Alan Watts stuff. It wasn't him talk. It was people talking about him, and then I looked up some stuff that was like Alan Watts actually talking, and I was like, okay, cool. Like I probably give him like look and see what he likes to say about or what he said about some things.
If I will say this, if you just follow me on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
yes, there's Alan Watts up and down. You could, if you're wanting quotes from Alan Watts on a regular basis, there are quotes from Alan Watts. A lot of times, if you join Universal Sangha
Mm-hmm.
on Facebook, that's a good place for. I tend to try and find quotes that bring together debate. Not in the sense that they make debate, but in the sense of multiple sides saying the same thing. Like, oh, wait a minute, this is a shared experience.
Damn.
If I had to describe my my philosophical, I don't know the word for that. Philosophical, yes.
Philosophical.
Philosophical. I
Philosophical.
said what I said. Philosophical. Okay, we're gonna make it.
You got a problem, bud.
We're gonna make it a word because I don't know how to say the other word. Okay, philosophical. If we had to describe my philosophical beliefs with the recommendations I get from YouTube, it's like a mixture of nihilism and spirituality, stoicism, and skepticism. It's it's a weird mix that I got going on.
Well, but I think so. I grew up in a house full of debate. It's funny that as much as it's brought on that my hippie nature, which everybody kind of notices first. Okay, yeah. But
One of the things that I can do.
in a house full of debate, though,
Right.
where
I don't have room.
both of my parents have a prowess
And when I get rich,
in communicating, have, he has directed.
there you go.
You could argue about anything
Mm-hmm.
if you're right.
Gonna do that.
You will feel the hammer if you're just rattling opinions like you know something.
Right.
Ross is like, yeah, I know, I live with you, I'm used to that. But it hones a skill that one of the things I always talk about is I was raised in a home that beyond being a hippie, believed in a Renaissance style of learning. By nature, not by design.
Wait, I gotta
That there
put
was a
this
love
in
of art and philosophy and science and music.
there.
And all of them included a sense of wonder. And it was hard to not notice that they were all meshed together because that was the way it existed.
Mhm.
Not like my parents, I don't feel like they, pushed that down my throat or something by any means, but the range of things they were interested in was diverse.
Mhm.
It was a house full of books.
Right.
You were more likely to hear instead of hearing change the channel, you were more likely to hear turn the TV off, we're trying to read.
Right.
But to constantly question everything. Because literally I grew up in a house where everything was questioned.
I've always been interested in a confusing mixture of things because I've always liked nerdy things, but I've always wanted to go outside and play. But
Right.
but also I wanted to stay inside and watch the History Channel. But also I wanted to watch reality TV randomly, or cartoons. I've always been interested in a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And everywhere that almost every person I've lived with has similarities with that. They kind of have an interest in a lot of things as well.
Well, I think humans are made that way.
I think most people are like that. Yeah,
I think we
I think
try.
most
I
people are
think
like
we
that.
try to peg people into holes,
definitely.
and then we feel lucky when we discover there's more of them. But anyways,
And then we get really really jealous when we see a person that's just amazing at almost everything they try. We're like,
I hate you, Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake.
God, I want to dislike Justin Timberlake so bad. Speaking of luck, I mean,
I want to dislike.
He's
no,
so-
actually, I don't want to.
he's such a pretty man.
I don't
even
want.
know he's
I don't
pretty.
want to dislike Justin Timberlake. I just
Well,
like
like-
him. He seems like a cool person.
No, I
You know
know.
who I do want to dislike? Jamie Foxx. He's such a cool person, but I want to dislike him. I don't know why.
Don't say.
He's so.
Can you do me a favor though? Don't say you don't want to. You don't like. Pete
No,
Davidson.
I don't-
No. Kanye got the 30
I
day
don't
ban,
like-
man. Don't
what?
talk about Kardashians or Pete Davidson
Okay.
because Kanye got the 30-day ban
Okay.
for talking too much crap. So can we? I
Me-
was trying to make sure we didn't go there.
okay. Sure, but I won't.
Now
I'll go there.
you too know more about Pete Davidson's penis and where it's been than you want to. Sorry, Kanye. Facts are facts. No,
Oh my god.
what? No cap. You just unlucky, bro.
Nah, it's like
I hear Pete got lucky
it's
just
so-
last night.
it's so dumb how much I know about that stuff, and I'm like, I don't need to know any of this.
I feel
at
unlucky.
all.
It makes me feel unfortunate.
Thank you. Yes.
Why don't we
It
have
does. It
we
does
have a
make me
world
feel-
filled with famous genitalia swapping stories? I mean, we make it all about, okay, this
Well,
person
not
was.
just that, but
It is just that.
no.
What else is it?
I think we know too much about celebrities in general.
Well, okay, but my question is, what else do we really talk about celebrities?
I don't want to.
What they were wearing and whether or not they were hot. Wait a minute. So once again, we're trying to get them in bed. Who they're coupling with, and once again, what are they doing in bed? Did they have a baby? Once again, what happens after you do things in bed?
I think, yeah.
It's like I go, oh my god, the primary craze is who dated who. That's why I joke about it being about bumping.
Right.
But it's just because to point out really what we are is obsessed about.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I've always thought it was weird.
I've never understood reality TV. That's why I'm doing reality radio. Maybe it's just I'm not pretty enough. Maybe I should do reality TV. Not like Justin Timberlake. I can't sing as good as Justin Timberlake. I don't play golf as good as Justin Timberlake. I don't think I'm even as funny as Justin Timberlake. What to do with myself,
Justin
man?
Timberlake would probably kill this. Well, I don't know if he's ever actually done stand-up, so I don't know.
You know what?
It's possible.
He's done enough. He's a great actor. I actually liked him as an actor too. So you know.
I think he could sit in front of. I think he would have a lot of a fun time just sitting in front of a crowd, entertaining people.
So here's my
I just
question.
don't know if he's actually done stand-up. But yeah.
So
What's up?
at some point, okay, is Justin Timberlake lucky? I'm not saying he didn't have to work, but blessed with a number of things above and beyond others.
I don't think so. I don't think.
So anybody can be Justin Timberlake?
No.
Can you end up lucky with the cards you're given?
Yes.
So is there like preconception luck, and then after that there's no luck involved?
I think that there's okay. I think you can end up with a good set of cards.
No
from
matter
the
what,
start.
it's a good set of cards. It's how you play them, because you can find people that had similar cards that
Yes.
played them different.
Yes, I will say you can because there are some people that just the way that they are, their brains are a little bit I don't know, they move a little bit quicker with things, and it's like they get a concept and they have to figure it out, and they just know how to figure it out a lot quicker than most people. And
Right.
I would say that a situation like that, you've been given a slightly better set of cards. Even
Well-
past that, there's other people that physically they know how to move their body a little bit better. They're a little
Well,
bit more
maybe
in tune with their body.
People
they
have
can do
different
physical
cards,
things
and you're
or
trying to play your
instruments, you know?
you're trying to play your cards at a game that isn't yours. Maybe at that point, maybe it's not that your cards are bad.
Correct.
It's why did you step up to your?
Well, I don't
you got
think-
5 cards. You're supposed to be at the poker table.
I
Of
don't
course, you
think-
busted it.
I don't
21.
think everybody. I did not understand that. 'Cause I
No,
don't
here,
know-
watch.
I
Follow
don't
me
know
here.
gambling at
No,
all.
no, we're this was awesome. So okay, everybody's dealt cards, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you're playing your 5 cards at the wrong table. Okay, so poker uses 5 cards.
Yeah.
At blackjack, if you go over 21, you automatically lose.
So having 5 cards.
Well, right, because you only play with 2. So if you show up at the wrong table,
Correct.
of course you busted. You showed up at a 2-card game with 5. What are you?
My eye is annoying.
like-
I'm pretty sure there's just an eyelash in there. It's just annoying the life out of me. Anyways.
Honey.
No,
Oh, God.
but I think that there are some people that are just given an easier time at understanding tasks. They have an easier time with understanding and completing a task.
Mhm.
If that makes any
Well, but is that okay? So That brings us, but is that more we keep trying to get monkeys to swim and fish to climb trees?
Kind of, because
But that's what I'm saying.
sometimes
Is that
some-
luck?
it doesn't mean I think that anyone can learn anything. I think anyone can learn anything given enough time, and obviously within reason. Humans can't learn to fly,
Groundhog's Day.
unfortunately.
Give me 1,000 years, you amazed what I can learn how to do.
Obviously.
That kind of thing.
But even further than that, I think that there are some people that just have an easier time learning things, and just I think there's certain people that have the skill of learning where they can pick up something new and learn how
Whoa.
to navigate it.
Okay, so
Pretty quick.
my question is though, are
Mhm.
those people necessarily, in the way we measure now, you might see those people as fortunate, but is it possible that we've missed the other person's game? That the reason the other person looks like they're behind is because you're trying to that's not their path.
Mhm.
And so X percentage, you're trying to push down a path that isn't theirs, and then you lose them.
Well, it's a different thing. There's the kid who grew up really ugly, and for a while he wasn't batting 1,000 with girls, and then eventually, as he got older, he eventually learned how to talk to girls and be comfortable and just
Listen,
have conversations. And stuff like
anybody that uses their appearance as an excuse needs to go watch at least one Cheech and Chong movie, preferably one of the earlier ones because they're actually funny. And understand that if you can't overcome feeling unattractive, that Cheech and Chong rolled hard and got the ladies.
that. Oh yeah, there's a lot of
The-
there's a lot of mixtures. Trust me. 'Cause
The reality is,
I knew some. I
your
knew kids
definition
shorter
of
than
pretty,
me
all of
that
it's
got.
stuck in your head.
I knew kids shorter than me that got way more girls than me, just because they had confidence.
You're,
They just.
you're imbuing them with something additional.
I'm not saying that. I'm only saying that I didn't believe in myself as much as they believed in themselves. So they were able to do things that I just couldn't do, and it was just what it was.
Well, yeah. My mom would like to point out that, and I agree, that we both think of you as somebody that picks things up very quickly. That's what I enjoy. That I am constantly spouting, as you know. I like it best when we're doing this part. When we're going, okay, what does that mean? The question is, if you don't believe in luck,
Mhm.
but we're kind of back at there is good luck and bad luck.
Mhm.
That people can get stuck with bad cards and good cards. What if everybody just gets a mix of cards?
Oh yeah, it's definitely.
I've always
that's my
I've always thought the people that we go, oh, they've got it so easy. Trust me, in their head, they're dealing with something.
Well, my thought is, you can have bad cards, but still not really understand how to play them. You can have really, really. Did I say bad cards and not understand?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Anyway,
But
you
go
can
to
have
good ones now.
You can have
I know where
really
you're going
good
with this.
cards and not understand how to play them. You can have really, really bad cards and understand how to play them, and your place in life will be different just because of where you understood things at the start. It doesn't at all mean that if you started from a bad place, you should make excuses for yourself that you're still at a bad place, or
You just keep working at it.
exactly, you gotta keep working at it no matter where you
So
started.
you don't know poker much at all.
No.
So there's the flop, there's the river, and so if you're playing Texas Hold'em, that you've
Okay.
got cards in the middle
Okay.
that everybody's sharing.
Okay.
Maybe life's more like that. You have your couple cards that are going to define where you're standing.
Right.
The rest of it's random.
Obviously,
You're gonna
as you get
build
older,
your.
you're gonna pick up cards. That's
Well, no. Here's the
You
idea
know.
that you start off with only a couple and you don't really know what they mean
fully-
until
when
you
you're
start.
a baby, you have one real card, which is cry. So.
Exactly right. We have taken this card metaphor as far as we can. Don't you
Right?
feel lucky? The lucky punk. But I think that's really so because it leads to a real question.
Uh-huh.
When you're talking about luck, it's easy for us to go, okay, back here there's no luck.
Mm.
And I don't look back and I mean, though I am blessed with good genes.
I even think,
It's all my
man,
mom.
even back there's still some love, because there's some babies that were born tiny. Like, could hold them in your hand. And there's some other babies that were born like 13 pounds. It's a heavy baby. But I mean, even that is like, that's not a good example actually. But
Well, so
yeah,
they brought up Monopoly in the comments. What if you win Monopoly over and over again? I was feeling like playing Monopoly with me. I rolled too many doubles. But the problem is that can go totally wrong.
rolling doubles.
Being able to roll over and over again can pop you from somebody's apartment to somebody's apartment to somebody's apartment
Yeah.
when you're losing.
Yeah, okay.
So I would be irrational to think I can flip dice or control them. But, or tell she's in there, she's like, oh yeah, no, I'm telling you.
No,
Now, she's admitting it in chat that no, I tended to have some weird control over dice. And I've played dice games my whole life and I enjoy it. Because you know what? I don't know, there's no magic, I just roll dice.
right?
But that's not luck then. Let's if I have telekinesis and can make the dice do what I want, that's not good fortune anymore.
Why you say that?
Because I did it. I'm not lucky, I just have superpowers! There's no magic. In my head, there's just things we can't explain. But
That's
So that-
the way I end up feeling about it.
right, luck, unluck, it's a mixed bag, folks. I think that's just a reality, and that covers luck and unluck.
Yeah,
The
I
reality
don't
is-
understand what's happening or what happened. It's okay.
Your ability to predict the future is only as good as a gypsy's. And you can't see the future. You can try and predict it. You can use basic facts. You can Penn and Teller your way through it. You know, where you can basically tell somebody's fortune by reading them.
I got a better one. Your ability to predict the future is only as good as a groundhog's.
6 more weeks of winter, folks.
Somewhere there better be a list of how many times Punxsutawney Phil was wrong.
So how many times have we mentioned Groundhog's Day? Good luck. Happy St. Patty's Day. Happy St. Patty's Day. Jibbity dabbity doobity doo doobity doobity day.